This is a short story about an elderly man in a wheelchair. The elderly man would sit on a street corner and ask passers-by for assistance. The elderly man addresses people with common phrases like, "Please help me. I am poor. Have pity. Show some compassion." People used to walk past him and ignore his calls. Only a few people tossed money at him. However, with a heavy heart, the elderly man was somewhat able to meet his daily sustenance. His wheelchair was the elderly man's two legs. The elderly man considered moving to another city in pursuit of better food, but he found it difficult to do so while in his wheelchair. The old man used to wonder why people have grown so ungrateful that they can't help me. When I am in a pity condition, the elderly man was always trying to figure out how he could receive better help from the people. But he was never successful. A smart guy was passing through the corner of the street one nice day. He took notice of the elderly man and the reaction he was receiving from the people. The smart guy approached the elderly man. He was moved by the elderly man's plight and offered his assistance. The elderly man was taken aback by this behavior. The smart guy advised the elderly man to follow his instruction. The elderly man nodded his head in agreement. He was advised to keep his mouth shut by the smart guy. He gave him one placard with something written on it. He told the elderly man to carry this placard in hand from tomorrow. The elderly man did the same thing from the very next day. He was not uttering a single word. People began tossing large sums of money in front of him, much to his amazement. The elderly man's face lit up with delight. In the evening, he gathered a large sum of money that he had not seen in several years. On his way back to his house in the evening, the elderly man met the same smart guy again. Seeing the elderly man's delightful face, the smart guy also became happy. The elderly man asked the smart guy impatiently about the message he had written on the placard. The message written, according to the smart guy, was, "God's world is beautiful. Experience this with your two legs. Thanks God for making you lucky and fortunate." This short story tells us about the power of using correct words. Right words carry a lot of weight. People were compelled to step forward and assist the elderly man as a result of good communication through the use of correct words.